I have started acquiring cheap storage just to see what kind of treasure I can find on it. Old software, deleted files, possibly lost media too. So allow me to welcome you back to Archive Dive. Not every memory card has something brilliant on it. Photos of a garden aren't scary, I accept that. Don't worry, I've got something much better for you this week. Recently I discovered some photos of an Australia holiday on a Memory Stick Pro Duo at a charity shop, which had been taken on a mid-2000s Sony camera, and I suggested that I might pick up a similar camera for myself. I decided to make good on my promise after spotting this auction for a Sony CyberShot DSC-W70. The camera was released to the market in the late 2000s and should be quite suitable for taking liminal nighttime photography. But what also caught my eye in this listing was an included Memory Stick Pro Duo, 64MB, which had the potential to contain something interesting. Emboldened by the previously discovered Australia photos, I went ahead and snapped up, the camera plus accessories after negotiating a discount with the seller. Everything arrived rather promptly, and I wasted no time in getting the memory stick into the computer to take a look at its contents. From a quick glance, the stick appeared to contain empty folders, but upon copying its contents to my hard drive, I noticed that there were files on the stick, just in a different location to what I had expected. An MSS EMC folder, which is typically seen on Sony Ericcsson phones. The early phones in this line used Pro Duo before switching to Memory Stick Micro, M2 sticks, also used in the PSP Go. So this card wasn't used in the camera it was sold with, but a Sony Ericssson instead. Curiouser and curiouser. Inside the MSS EMC folder is a P-series folder, which indicates that the phone this card was used in was one of the early to mid-2000s PDA-style phones, which had a touchscreen and a keyboard. Fancy. A quick glance at the metadata in one of these photos lists the camera model as the Sony Ericcsson P900, a 2003 phone and PDA hybrid with an improved color display and a metallic flip cover. Snazzy phone. When copying the files over, I noticed some interesting file names, and decided that perhaps the most entertaining approach to exploring this card's contents would be to do so together, all of us discovering its hidden treasures at the same time. So I quickly set up some screen recording software and began capturing the journey. I'm going to go through the contents of this Sony CyberShot card. Turns out there's tons of content in the MSSEMC folder. Once I looked in there and saw the names of folders and the names of file names as they were copying, I realized that maybe I needed to actually record my reactions to this. DSIM folder, of course, empty. MISC is empty. So MSSEMC. Got a P-series folder, and then in here we've got media files and system. So in system, we've got apps, install, and midlets. Apps, something in here. Video poker. Oh, so was this, this must have been some kind of, really old Java phone? If it's using, .jar. There's some app data in here, a .bin, 8 bytes, 16 bytes, and a .aif, which is normally like a sound format. I think it's a QuickTime format, traditionally. Yeah, no luck with that. So in install folder, registry. Got a registry entry. You better believe I am not adding that to the registry. Let's take a look. It would have, P-series now makes me think maybe this was like some kind of Palm Pilot? Some kind of PDA? So in midlets, we should have this jar file. Yeah. The great thing about jar files is we can open them as zips. Jar files do open as zips. So we can actually take a look at this. I'm going to go ahead and extract that to a folder. I mean, given the size of the icons, I'm getting PDA from this. Java X Micro Edition LCD UI Canvas. Stack map Java. Anyway, I feel like we are swerving around what really is interesting, and that's this media files folder. So if I go in here, we've now got audio, document, image, other, and video. Looks like there is something in each of these. Let's go into audio first. So caller ID, my tones, and unfiled. Caller ID, there's nothing. My tones. Oh, voice, you wanna mix magic? Let's go. That sounded like the beginning of Feel Good Inc. Feel good. Oh. Edited down to like ringtone size, maybe? I mean, even a minute is excessive for a ringtone. If you wanted like an alarm clock that cuts out all the De La Soul parts, I mean, if you want a version of the song that's bad, I don't know this. Is it another Gorillaz? No. Fuck. The hell is this meant to be? That has sample potential. Is this more Gorillaz? Sounds like Damon Albarn. Did I find like a Gorillaz fan's memory stick? Break house. No! Break the house. Let's separate this into two halves so it's easy to work with. Concrete World. Again, sounds like Gorillaz to me. Interesting mix. Did I find some, like, amateur musicians, like, memory stick full of remixes? I might have to slide some of these into my sample folder. I have a massive folder that's, like, several gigabytes of samples. Might be able to work with this. This is very similar to the sort of stuff I was making in 2006 in Audacity and Fruity Loop. G-Unit. I feel like this might have originally been a card that was in like a Sony phone that used the Memory Stick Pro Duo format. So 04, 05, 06 on the metadata.
Dude, what does the note say?
Dude, what does the note say? Is that from Chicken Lover? LDN Heat Faith versus Beardy 64K. Contributing artists Faith SFX versus Beardy Man. Got some beatbox in here. Leads Heat. The Beatbox. Ooh, are we gonna have some rap battle? Are we gonna have a rap battle? Skip it a bit. Oh, beatboxing. Lowrider. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba.
Check this shit. I'm Michael Jackson.
Oh my god. Oh, from Bo Selector. It would have been around that era, yeah, 04. There is sample potential in this as well. Purple Pills, that's probably some D12. Yeah. Scratch in 2. Scratch in 3. Looks like different, like, scratch instrumentals chopped down to ringtone length. A lot of these songs are just cut to ringtone length. Slash dot, slash dot, slash dot, slash dot. Hey, this person has good taste in music. Eminem, D12, Gorillaz, Fatboy Slim. Clearly they have good taste. Oh wait, I see Streets. Maybe not good taste. Yeah, okay. They're like the Streets. Not perfect taste. Almost through the MP3s. There'll be some things here that I might want to back up. Some of these, like, scratching samples, beatboxing, and anything that sounds like it's a recording of an event. So, like, these things, I think we should keep. Back up, preserve. I don't know if they're up anywhere. Bittersweet Symphony. Is that Bittersweet Symphony being put through a voice box? Why does this sound like it came straight off the soundtrack of Def Jam? Fight for New York. And in unfilled, we have...
Hello, operator. Give me the number for 911.
Alright, okay. Classic Simpsons quote. Okay. Document. ROMs. Yes. Ah, then in there. Fuck. Unfilled video poker. So some more poker. Image. Maybe in a sec. Other. Hey, yo, check it out. Looks like this was actually taken by like the camera owner, or like the phone owner, or the memory card owner. That's not quite a skateboard, is it? That's like one of them. No, it is a skateboard. It's just one with like the long trucks. I know, like a field, it's hard to like identify where something was taken just like with a basic field shot. Like you'd have to be really good with the lay of the land. I'm just double checking that it's not anywhere I recognize. It's not anywhere I recognize. The other folder. Let's go to video. My vids, quick and. Do we go video or do we get? Let's go to image. So I saw a folder called hentai. It's empty. Oh, it's empty. I think now we may have to start like blurring things in the actual video. A lot of smut and generally sort of like low resolution. There's some caller ID stuff which seems to have some faces of actual people, and there also is a repeating pair of breasts here, and I wonder if maybe they belong to the person whose caller ID it was, in which case probably don't want to put that anywhere on the internet. There's a Final Fantasy folder containing some Final Fantasy stuff. Lulu, Yuna, Cloud, Rhinoa. Hentai folder is unfortunately empty. It's a folder called Jake. It has a doggo in it. And lots of photos of the same doggo. Oh, what a lovely doggo. Oh, what the dog doing? Oh, what that dog doing? What the dog doing? That dog knows what's up. That dog knows what's up. Doggo. What the dog doing? There's another folder called My Photos, and there's another photo of the dog in here. People with much greater sleuthing knowledge than me could probably work out the back garden in which that photo was taken. I don't have the patience nor the time. Okay, I have the time, I just don't have the patience. So in another folder called My Pics, again, there's a lot of nude photos in here. And some like other things as well. We've got this this blind with a skeleton. There's an Agent Smith Matrix Reloaded poster. Some other things in here. Some pictures of maybe people that they know. There's a picture of Scary Girl in here. Neo. Pausing the bullets. A lot of stuff there I'm gonna have to blur. Readers. This folder is called Readers. It's all smut. It is all smut. Again, this is gonna have to be completely blurred. That is all smut. Saved pages is empty, and then in unfiled, we have snowboard.gif. Is that an actual GIF? It is. Such a lovely, like, old internet feel to this GIF, and like because the sky is so white, you can barely see where this was taken. Okay, so back to video. My vids, quick and unfilled or unfiled.
At first, I was thinking it could be tosser, and then I thought twat, or kick brain, or turd burger. Why?
Bike into van. Oh yeah, bike into van. Nicely done. Oh, this is the Jack Your Body Make Me Sweat. Yeah, Citronade, classic. Emperor. Oh, this is the face merge from the Pope into Emperor Palpatine. Yeah. Some really, like, classic old internet stuff here. Oh, this is going to be the Mint Royale. Nowadays, you'd do that with AI, but, you know, that was all, like, an actor and remaking a set and then, like face superimposing.
Mr. Jackson,
Oh,
the
no.
evidence is against you. If you care to explain, now's the time.
I don't molest little kids now, baby.
Oh, no. Yeah, some really early internet stuff on here.
Let's have
Oh,
a party
no.
at Neverland.
Mr.
You can even
Jackson,
see, like, the old, like,
evidence
flash
is
search
against
bar down the bottom. Oh, like a really low-quality trailer for, Twilight Princess. With, like, the underwater audio. Right, so I want to go in the unfiled folder first. Yep, there, it's smart. Some sort of, like, beatboxing video. Oh, that sounds a bit like, Black Eyed Peas. Now we're somewhere else. Oh, Daft Punk. The owner of this memory card definitely liked beatboxing. Maybe was a beatboxer. What's this? Oh my god, these are disturbed adverts. And the quick folder presumably is all... Yeah. But there's still a little bit more. You may have noticed when we were on the route, there's a folder here called Recovered. That's right, I did file recovery on this memory stick. So there's still a little bit more. And there's Unknown folder, which I guess we already need to blur that. And there's SSMEMC. So if it has a folder, it means that the original folder structure has been maintained. So system, install, registry. There's a registry entry here. Let's go ahead and open that with Notepad++. There is, but it's all garbled. Go back to P series. We have media files, folder and video. So it looks like some image data was maybe yeah, some image data has been restored, and I think I'm probably gonna have to blur like this entire folder view. Yep, that's still smut. That is also, yep, Final Fantasy folder. There's a lot of Final Fantasy figurines in it. Interesting. So like Selthie, Highwind, Sephiroth, Tifa, Tidus, Zidane, Cloud, Vincent, Yuffie, Riku, Vincent, Sephiroth again, Advent Children Tifa, Advent Children Cloud, Tifa. One of the summons, I mean, I don't recognize it immediately. Just Final Fantasy figurine. So in the My Photos, there's another photo, and there's some sort of like maybe like out of a house window view with like a for sale sign. There's a folder called Pop, and this is weird. It's an image of a guy whose face is behind a laptop, and the laptop wallpaper is set to the guy's face. There's I might have to censor that. So in readers, I'm assuming again smart. Yeah. There's a nude picture of Miss Piggy in here. That's funny. Also some images in there that just didn't recover properly. And then we've got a folder called Unknown folder, and this is just where files couldn't recover to somewhere specific. So the FAT data was saved, but the file location was not. And again, this is either stuff that hasn't recovered properly, or it's all smart. Well, the previous owner had like a healthy appetite at least. So that's the contents of that memory stick. Yeah, okay, good. Well, I wasn't expecting to see so much smut on this memory card. A mixture of images saved from across the internet, which could be traced back to their originating sites using reverse image search tools, and a selection of amateur material as well. This was a well-used phone, we can safely say. Used for music, used for video poker, used for entertainment, and used for relieving stress. But now I'm left with the obvious question. How did this memory card end up going from being used in a P900 phone to being used in a Sony CyberShot camera? Well, it wasn't really used in the camera. My general theory would be something along the lines of someone having this compatible memory card laying around to quickly slip into the camera and sell. There's no evidence, either on the stick or in the deleted files, to show that this card was ever used in the camera besides for turning it on. According to the internet, the camera itself does have its own internal storage, but there isn't anything stored on the internal memory. Now, I could acquire a Sony VMC MD1 cable to connect the camera to the PC and do data recovery on the internal memory, in theory, but these cables are very costly secondhand. Seriously, these are significantly expensive. I wouldn't spend so much just for the sake of thoroughness. So the cable arrived, did a recovery, and you wouldn't believe what I found on nothing. Nobody has ever taken a photo on the camera's internal memory. Well, you can't say I'm not meticulous, can you? This memory card is pretty wild, I'd say. Hopefully I continue to find bizarre discoveries like these, provided I continue to find memory cards in cheap, accessible places. I'm going to be actively looking, because with memory cards and storage media like these, archaeology is always extremely exciting. You never know what you're going to find next. Although now I think I need to wipe this memory card down with some isopropanol or something. I've been Escape Route British. You've been watching Archive Dive. Until next time, if we live that long.